Hey there, welcome to this episode. We're going to do some very basic time stretching for beginners on the MPC. What is time stretching? It's essentially taking an audio loop, just as a prime example. It could be something else, but an audio loop is a good way to look at this. And we want to match the tempo of that audio loop to, say, the project tempo. In this case, it's 100 BPM for the sequence, our project tempo. That's 100 BPM. The loop that I've brought in is 74 BPM. But we don't just want to speed up the sample because then it would sound terrible. You get that kind of Mickey Mouse effect. We want to maintain the same pitch, but time stretch it so then it fits to 100 BPM, but maintains the same pitch. That's essentially what it is in a nutshell. And we can do that inside of the sample edit page. It's very simple. This is the loop, 74 BPM at 4 bars. I know that because I created it, and I'll play you a little bit. And it just loops around and loops around. If we go to sample edit, we can see that sample and the information. It is ideal to have the information. What is the BPM and what is the bar length? You'll see why in a second. But ultimately, if you do know that information, it's going to make your life easier. First, we need to go to BPM. The MPC will try and calculate BPM for audio files that are brought in. But as you can see, it doesn't always do a great job. Sometimes it will, sometimes it doesn't. But if we open this up, it's certainly not 106.81. We know that. So I'm going to set it to 74. That's what we need to start off with. We'll say do it. Just means as we play through, things are going to act in the correct way. Go to the process tab. And here we already have time stretch open. If you don't see this, of course, you might be at discard. You can scroll through and it is located just after pitch shifting. You have time stretching. The first thing here, you'll notice you have your beats. Now, sometimes this will be set to maybe a different amount and it won't look correct. So you need to know the beats. We know we have 4 beats typically to a bar. And if we've got 4 bars in our sample, that means it's 16 beats. So I would set this to 16. And you'll notice because we've made sure that the BPM is correct on the other page, it is telling us 74, which we know is correct. If we move over here, we now want to tell it the new tempo, which is really simple. We want to make sure it's 100 BPM to match the project tempo, the sequence tempo. So we do that. It's going to give us a warning that we're changing the length of this. It is a permanent change. It can be undone, but you're permanently changing the audio file. So let's say do it. It's got a bit of processing time. This is the standalone version of the MPC. If you're hooked up to a computer using controller mode, it may be quicker, but in standalone, you can see it took a little bit of processing time. Let's go to main. Now, when we listen to our sample, nice and easy. It's converted that and it is faster, but the pitch has remained the same. Now, the algorithm on the MPC is okay. Ableton is really good. That's got some really good algorithms, but it's okay here. It depends on how much you push, how much you try and stretch that sample. So if you make very extreme changes, it will deteriorate in terms of the sample quality. So just play around with it. We're going to go into warping in another episode. We'll dive into that. That's another version of doing this in a way, really more complex. But for basic time stretching, you can get away with generally moving not huge amounts, but a decent amount. In this case, 74 to 100. It's probably workable. The sample quality is okay. So what we could do is we could record this now into our loop. We know that we're still dealing with 4 bars, so let's make the sequence 4 bars, and I'm just going to do record and play start. There you go. It's taken our 74 BPM loop, stretched it to 100, and it now fits in with our project. Pretty simple stuff. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.